Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your 24 News Radio TV.
Hello for joining us on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Grace Nwafo. The Joint Committee of the House of Representatives investigating the disbursement and utilization of 59 billion naira Central Bank of Nigeria loan for the execution of the National Mass Metering Program has queried Nigerian Electricity Distribution Commission, also queried Meristem Wealth Management Limited and NESI SSL for giving approval to a firm to receive 0.5% of annual collection from electricity distribution companies to 2030. In a statement issued by its chairman, Uchenna Okonkwo, the committee disclosed that initial investigation carried out by the committee revealed that the NNMP was initiated by the NERC for the purpose of close metering gap, encourage local meters manufacturers, stop collection losses and estimated billing. The committee noted that while the program was approved by the federal government in 2020, it has failed to yield expected results. Okonkwo, who represents Idemili North and Idemili South federal constituencies, noted that the Joint Committee comprising House Committee on Banking Regulations, Power, Rural Electrification and Housing in the course of investigation engaged Meristem Wealth Management Limited, NESI SSL and Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission and other relevant bodies on the disbursement of 55.42 billion naira out of the initial 59.28 billion naira earmarked for national metering by the Apex Bank. The detail of the program, according to him, shows that NESI Stabilization and Strategy Limited was chosen as special purpose vehicle by the CBN, while Meristem Wealth Management Limited was appointed as the fund manager and administrator. Okonkwo also added that though the companies were not forthcoming with relevant submission, the committee has decided to carry out full investigation with the view to address several anomalies in the electricity distribution company. Legal analyst Carl Umeboro has raised concerns over the persistent neglect of junior lawyers by many law firms during the Nigerian Bar Association annual conference. In a press statement shared with newsmen, Umeboro commended the NBA under the leadership of Afam Osigwe for introducing key reforms, including this year's first ever subsidized registration fees for new wigs, but criticized the failure of most law firms to extend similar support to junior lawyers, many of whom earn as low as 100,000 naira or slightly above. The NBA AGC, he emphasized, remain the only nationwide platform for lawyers to learn, network, and build valuable professional relationships outside the courtroom environment. Umeboro argued that participation in the AGC is vital for shaping young lawyers, fostering mentorship, and encouraging long-term commitment to the profession far more effectively than virtual continuing professional development sessions alone. He noted that only a handful of firms sponsored our junior lawyers for the annual gathering. While applauding the MBA's leadership for its innovations, including the subsidized fees for fresh wigs, Umeboro urged principals of law firms to rethink their approach. He warned that the continued neglect of junior lawyers may demoralize them and ultimately hinder the profession's growth. And from Lagos State, the Lagos State Police Command has arrested a 38-year-old security guard for allegedly breaking into an apartment and stealing valuables worth 1.8 million naira. The command spokesperson, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin, confirmed the arrest in a statement today in Lagos. He said operatives from the Iju division apprehended the suspect following a report from a resident of the Ifako area who returned home on August 15 to find his house burgled. He added that the stolen items have been recovered and efforts are ongoing to apprehend his accomplices. Hundeyin said the case would be charged in court upon completion of investigations. The Commissioner of Police, Mr. Olonda Rajimo, assured residents that the command would leave no stone unturned in bringing criminals to justice and urged employers to conduct proper background checks before hiring staff. Air Peace has welcomed its fourth Boeing 777 aircraft, reinforcing its global expansion strategy and solidifying its status as Nigeria's largest carrier, with the new wide-body jet set to drive the opening of fresh routes into Europe, South America, and the Caribbean. The airline spokesperson, Efe Osifo-Whiskey, in the statement noted that the arrival of the state-of-the-art aircraft aligns with Air Peace's vision of global connectivity. Configured with 312 seats, including 26 in business class and 286 in economy, the new aircraft boasts modern in-flight comfort. The business class cabin features private ambient seating, while economy passengers will enjoy generous legroom and refined services. Onyema described the acquisition as a pivotal milestone in the airline's growth trajectory, stressing that it represents a decisive step in Air Peace expansion strategy. He revealed that the aircraft will be deployed in the next 2 months for the inaugural long-haul flight from Abuja to London's Heathrow and Gatwick airports. Onyema reaffirmed the airline's mission to make international travel more affordable and accessible for Nigerians. He also emphasized the need for improved national aviation infrastructure, warning that there is an urgent need for an efficient hub system in Nigeria to enhance both regional and international connectivity. This is still the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Still to come are news from the foreign scene and the world of sports. Stay with us. Glad to know that you're still there. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. Cameroon's Constitutional Court has rejected an attempt to bar veteran President Paul Biya from seeking an 8th term of office and extend his nearly 43 years in power. Biya, at 92, the world's oldest president, is running for a new 7-year term in elections on October 12. His health and capacity to govern have become the subject of debate given his age. The attempt to block Biya from running was brought by Akere Muna from the Universe Party, one of 12 candidates contesting the vote. But court President Clement Atangana dismissed the case on substance as it is not justified. After 2 hours of legal argument and a closed-door session, Muna, a lawyer and long-standing anti-corruption campaigner, said he accepted the court's decision, but questions remained unanswered about Biya's competency. Cameroon's divided opposition is struggling to challenge Biya, who has been accused by right groups of suppressing political rivals. Sri Lanka's jailed former president was rushed to intensive hospital today, a day after being charged with misusing government funds for foreign travel. The Deputy Director General of Colombo National Hospital disclosed that Ranil, who was remanded in custody on Friday night, was severely dehydrated and required close monitoring. He was taken to Sri Lanka's main state-run hospital as his condition deteriorated, and the prison medical facility was not equipped to treat him, a spokesperson said. Opposition legislators who visited 76-year-old Ranil in prison earlier in the day reported that he had been in good spirits. Opposition parties have accused the government of jailing him over fears he could return to power. Ranil lost the last presidential election in September to Anura Kumara, but has remained politically active despite holding no elected position. And now from the world of sport. Manchester City's first home game of the 2025-2026 Premier League season ended in disappointment as Pep Guardiola's side fell 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. First half goals from Brennan Johnson and Giles sealed the victory for Sport City, their first defeat of the campaign, just a week after their emphatic opening triumph at Wolves. The result leaves Guardiola's men facing an early setback in their title defense, disciplined performance that frustrated City throughout. A costly mix-up between Rick Lewis and debutant goalkeeper James Trafford gifted Spurs their second goal in a dramatic fashion. Despite enjoying close to 60% possession, City struggled to carve out clear chances against a well-drilled Tottenham in the course of the match. And that brings us to the end of the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Do stay tuned for more programs to be coming your way. My name is Grace Nwafo. Have a lovely evening.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, Nigeria, we bring you news and information. Our news, we are 24 News Radio.